So we're going to try something. Testing. My mic looks a little bit low in volume for some reason. Testing. Maybe I'm just not talking very loud. Anyways, we're going to try something a little different. I gotta watch out for the dragon. Hold on a second. It's a dragon. So what we're doing here actually is, I mean, initially I was just here doing the quests, just to get some experience. But then I realized that the imperfect Drainus fragments drop, and the repeat turn-in that gives you a bag of treasure, kind of, so to speak. And since this character can only use weapons that come from crates or bags, or containers, I thought this might be worth farming a little bit, because these fragments drop. I mean, if you farm here for like 30 minutes, I would expect to see maybe one fragment, so maybe you can get a couple an hour. So think about it. So it's kind of a guaranteed green item every 30 minutes, and it's a green item that if it's a weapon, we can use it. We can actually equip it. So I'm farming this area mostly just for the imperfect Drainus fragments, and I've already farmed up 3 of them. So let's turn these in, get ourselves some bags of miscellaneous loot, and maybe we'll get lucky and we can get like an upgrade. Wouldn't that be nice? Of course, in the meantime, I'm gathering the pincers, the gizzards, the lungs, the brains, jowls, for the repeat turning quest. Let's see, spirit, intellect, go, stamina. Let's go. Protection, stamina, agility, strength. Good buff. Giving ourselves all the buffs. So let's do the repeat turn in here. Let's do the repeat turn in. Accept. Okay, so with the repeat turn in, we now have 3 bags of Kumisha's junk. Any of those bags could have a upgraded weapon that we could possibly equip. Let's try one. Let's try one. Okay, the cloak, the righteous cloak of stamina. Bummer. I really wish we could get like an upgraded weapon. Alright. Let's try opening these last. These are the 2 bags. Chest piece. And gloves. It's like you know you're going to get a green item. You're just praying it's a weapon. I wonder if the humanoids can drop it. Can drop the junk. Let's give it a go. It says horde, but it's not really horde, is it? See how it says like it's like a horde flag, but it's not really like. Yeah, they're not horde. Mojo the Twisted. Nice. Let's see how tough he is. He could be really tough, actually. Just because he's a caster. Oh shit, we got an ad. I didn't really want to fight the ad. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Fuck me. And we got the lizard.
Another day gone, seems I just arrived. All so close, but low on time. Move so far, was so near. Carry the weight of leaving here. Always something on the hill. Always chasing around the bend. Always hoping time stands still. Always knowing the road will end. Caught in tide of wanting, bound in the line of waiting. Been too blind to realize that everything I wanted was right here. Fear of what's ahead, regret of what's behind. Feel so old and short on time.
Man, why do we always gotta get the ad, man?
Failed to let it out.
Always gotta get that stupid ad.
Buried the loss of time I'm missing now. Once so small, pure and so alive. Grow so fast, learning how to fly. Time has come.
Yeah, what's up, Roger? Yeah, we're still going at it.
Nothing I can do. Fearing the day of missing you. Always something
Level 51. We just got 9 more levels to go.
always chasing around the bend. Always hoping time stands still. Always knowing the road will end. Caught in tide of wanting, bound in the line of waiting. Been too
Doing a no holy spell priest. No holy spell. You're just gonna go shadow priest.
was right here.
That's kind of gimping yourself a little bit. Although I shouldn't say anything after gimping the shit out of my character.
Another day gone, seems I just arrived.
Disc chat. I love disc, man. Disc is my favorite tree in
But low
for priest.
time,
Gotta love disc priest, man.
move so far to
There's a chest in here. Who's Grawl the Destroyer? Another elite?
the weight of missing out.
Crap. Apparently there's an elite in here. Grawl the Destroyer. I probably don't want to fight him. Well, it depends on what level he is. I don't do well against golden elites. Oh shit, he's level 58 fucking elite too. Crap. I ain't gonna take out a level 58 gold elite, man. He would have kicked my ass bad. He would have annihilated me. I was like, get the hell out of there. Run away. Run away. Oh, there's a quest for him? Okay, yeah. I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever done that quest. Need a group, man. Yeah, there's no way I could kill that guy. I'm like, forget that. There's a chest in there, but I'm like, nope, can't get that. It sounds like one. Ah, man. I hate fighting the scorpions because they always put poison on my pet, and then I can't feed my pet. You know, my pet gets low on happiness, and I can't feed him because he's constantly got poison on him. And that's one of the flaws of this UI is I've not been able to see the debuffs on my pet. Like I can see he's got poison on him, but if I select my pet, I don't see any debuffs here on his portrait. So that's one of the flaws of this particular UI. I don't. There's got to be a way to turn. You'd think there'd be a way to turn that on in the UI, but I can't. Maybe I'll message the add-on maker and Glow. Let me message Glow real quick and see if this is something that just maybe I'm not seeing in the interface. Where is Glow? Where are you? Where are you? Go where's 2? Here it is. Go where's 2 UI. I'll message classic support at. Well, is there a setting so I can see debuffs on my hunter's pet portrait? Alright, I messaged the add-on maker. Maybe it's just something I'm missing in the add-on. Yeah, but the reason I'm farming out here is I'm looking for more imperfect Drainist fragments because it's a guaranteed green item if I get one. And it's a green item from a bag, which means it could be like a jewelry or a weapon, and I can only use weapons and jewelry from bags, or from treasure chests or fishing crates or any kind of a loot container. So it's a chance to get an upgraded item. I'm so tempted to buy another bag slot in my bank, but it's 50 gold. I have 148 gold. I'm constantly running like out of inventory space, like I always am whenever I play World of Warcraft. so with this challenge, did you think much about which pet you were going to choose, or did you just? I mean, I've played hunters for so many years in Classic WoW that I have certain pets that I just like. I like wolves for melee pets just because I like Furious Howl for melee hunters. I mean. So yeah, I don't think of specific pets. I mean, I think of specific, pet types. Like I know I'm always going to be using a wolf and a kitty. Those are usually my 2 favorites. But yeah, I don't really thought of like a specific one. I know Broken Tooth might have a slight advantage DPS wise, but he's kind of a pain to try to get. Although I could get him. I don't really like Broken Tooth's skin that much. But he might be a slight DPS over my pet. But not much. I don't think it's much. If anything at all. I mean, attacking faster doesn't necessarily mean you do more damage. The same thing with like a weapon, right? Like, if you're a rogue, for example. Hold on a second, these guys are annoying me. If you're like a rogue and you give a rogue like a 2.4 attack speed weapon, right? And it, you know, is that going to do more damage than giving a rogue a 2.7 attack speed main hand weapon? No, the 2.7 attack speed main hand weapon is going to do way more damage than the 2.4 attack speed weapon because the crits are going to be bigger. So if a pet, his attack speed is 2.0 versus 1.0, does that mean he's going to do more damage with the 1.0 attack speed? Not really. Because the 2.0, when it hits, is going to have a higher top end damage, so when the crits are going to be bigger. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know. Yeah. Are you asking me if it calculates the poison? No, it shouldn't. Poison shouldn't have anything to do with your pet's attack speed. Now, with a pet, that's different, right? Like, again, you got to think about what you're doing. Like, the attack speed doesn't have any effect on the poison, but it has effect on how often you get a chance to proc your poison, right? So, for a pet that applies poison, then yeah, having a fast attack speed is really good. Because it's just, and again, that goes back to the rogue example. If you're a rogue, what do rogues like to do in their offhand weapon? They want a super, super fast offhand weapon. The reason they want that is because they want more chances to apply the offhand poison, right? That the poison they put on their offhand weapon. But they want the slow main hand weapon because they want their crits on the main hand to be as big as possible. So that's why the rogue's always using slow main hand, fast offhand. But I've done a lot of damage calculations between pets over the years in Classic, and I've never really seen a huge difference in DPS. Like, for example, if I use a Scorpion versus a cat, at like level 50, the cat's going to do more damage, right? But but it's not going to be like, a groundbreaking difference. I don't know the percentage difference, but, you're pretty solid. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what. That's what I try to tell people. It doesn't really matter what pet you use. I mean, they're all going to do pretty good damage. It really comes down to your playstyle. Like, do you just pick what you want? Pick the pet that you just want. The one that makes you the happiest. That's my thought process on pets. I mean, if you are min-maxing and you're just trying to get the most damage you possibly can, typically a raptor or a cat's going to do the most damage. Maybe we're not getting any fragments. I wish the drop rate's so RNG, but let's kill a few more, and then we're gonna head back to Tuneris, I think, to do my Tuneris quest lines. I mean, it's kind of sad to say, but at this point, at level 51, we may almost just have to get to 60 and not worry about getting another weapon upgrade. But I would hate to go from 51 all the way to 60 without getting a weapon, because that would mean we'd be rolling with a level 35 and level 45 weapons all the way to 60. Which is not ideal. This stupid add-on's always throwing errors, man. Let me see if there's an updated add-on. I'm so sick of this stupid add-on throwing errors. Okay, there is an add-on that came out on the 10th, so nope. They have not updated the add-on. What? I've never played Pokemon, so I don't really get the reference. I don't get the reference. Yeah, but I've been tempted to buy another bag slot in my bank, but it's 50 gold. You know, I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend 50 gold on a bank bag slot, but again, I mean, once I go to alchemy, having more room in the bank is going to be really useful. You can fill up your bank pretty quick with alchemy regions. You can do most of their games with whichever ones you like. You don't need. Oh, okay, I got you. Cool. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think with 100 pets, it's all of them are good. I mean, I don't. There's some pets I've never really played with that much. You know, I don't really run around with tall striders. You know, for example, but I'm sure they're fine. You know, yeah, I think all the pets are pretty decent. I have run scorpion pet damage versus a wolf, or sorry, versus like a cat, and I was surprised. I honestly was surprised by how much damage Scorpion did. It did more damage than I thought it would do. And I actually really like Scorpion because I love seeing the stacks of poison on enemies. I think it's just kind of fun to see. But unfortunately, it's really bad for hardcore because there's times when you may want to feign death and trap a mob, and if you get poison on them, they're just going to break the trap. So it's obviously not optimal. It's not ideal. I was hoping we'd get a Drainist fragment by now. But I guess I've only been playing for 30 minutes, so my prediction was inaccurate. Although I haven't been out here for 30 minutes. I said that I should hopefully get one Drainist fragment every 30 minutes if I'm grinding fast enough. But I think we've only been grinding for maybe about 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, the guy's saying like 5 days is fast, right? Like 0 to 60. I'm like at like 8 days. I'll probably be like 12 days played when I hit 60, which is super slow. But because of the way I've done this character, it's not unexpected. Because of the restrictions I've placed on this character, it slows her leveling down immensely. Just doing melee hunter slows down your leveling like by probably 3 or 4 days. I have thought about my next character actually, and I thought about doing a paladin. I was going to do a rogue, but then I changed my mind because I thought a paladin would be a little bit more fun, just because I'm really good on paladins. Plus, I think paladins are really fun to tank with, and even though they're not like, I'm not gonna raid tank on them, but I can tank any dungeon outside of raids on a paladin, like, with no problem. So I thought it'd be fun to have a character that could. There we go. We got an imperfect drainous fragment. Look at that. I was right. There's about 30 minutes because he's been out for probably about 30 minutes. So maybe my my prediction was accurate. Yeah, I think a paladin would be fun. We can AoE level with it. We can. I think it'd be interesting. We can go engineering and focus on a lot of dynamite, and try to get the C4 charges and all that fun stuff for dungeons. I think that'd be fun. And I love paladins. And plus, I mean, I'm trying not to toot my own horn here, but I'm actually really good on paladins. So I think it's just a fun class to play for people to watch. To watch the stream, I can kind of I can talk to the class and tell people, like, a good way to play the class, and as far as protection. So yeah, salvation, yeah, for sure. Salvation, obviously, righteous fury plus salvation makes things really really solid. You're just gonna sell. Now people can get mad, like, and which always makes me laugh. People don't get as mad with salvation in hardcore, because they don't want mobs hitting them. Like, if you're like doing non-hardcore and you salve like a rogue or something, a lot of douchebaggy rogues will be like, oh, don't put salve on me, because because if you don't give them, because they want to do more damage. But I'm like, this is hardcore. You don't want to do more damage, really, because you don't want mobs hitting you in the face in hardcore. You want the mobs to hit the tank, which is me. So you're not getting salved, buddy. Sorry. I tell rogues that all the time. I tell rogues, man, if you're complaining you want salve, I go, you can just leave the group then, because you're not going to get it. I just tell them straight up, you're not going to get salvation in my group. If I'm taking on a paladin, you're getting, you are going to get salve. I mean, you're not going to get, like, blessing of might. That's just the way it works. Yeah, no, you'll get. I've had many rogues and many DPS, mostly like rogues and warriors, like fury warriors or arms warriors and rogues, will complain when I put salve on them. Like, I want might, and my response is always, sorry, you're not going to get it. Just flat out, you ain't getting it. If I'm taking, you're not getting it. So, and then in hardcore, for sure, it's like stupid. You'd be stupid to want it in hardcore, because, like, okay, you want more threat? Are you trying to pull threat? Do you want the group to struggle? Do you want people to die? Because that's really what you're doing, right? That's straight up what you're doing. Yeah, I'm excited to play the paladin. I'm actually really excited to level up a paladin on this server. I think it'd be super fun. The only bad thing about a paladin is I gotta play a human, and I'm not really. I'd rather play. I like Night Elves better than humans, but it is what it is. How much gold did we make? I think we just made about 2 gold. One thing about farming out here is we make a lot of gold out here. Like, because these guys are dropping all this shit that I just am vendoring, like all the black feathers, all the meat, all the, what else do they drop? There's a lot of stuff I end up getting out here that I just straight up vendor that makes decent money. No, I don't. Sorry, I don't play dwarves, dude. Homie don't play dwarves. Sorry. I've actually never played a dwarf, though. Like, I've never done a dwarf paladin, like, ever. I would feel very weird doing a dwarf paladin. I like the human. Dwarves have better racials, though. But the dwarf does have better racial. But I like the animations on the human. Like the sword animation, I like a lot better on the human. I've always wanted Dragon Skull on a melee hunter. I've always wanted, because you can dual wield Dragon Skull. Can you imagine a melee hunter with two Dragon Skull? Because when it calls forth the Emerald Dragon, it actually does a lot of extra damage. I always wanted to test out how much damage a melee hunter could do if he was dual wielding Dragon Skull. Alright, let's get our green item here and see what it is. I keep hoping that one of these days we'll just loot like some sort of blue weapon. Because that would be so awesome. We keep getting like gear, you know, like every green item we get out of these bags is like, we've gotten like shoulders and leggings and chest pieces basically every single time. Which is a bummer. Oh, are they? Doomhow? Doomhow seems like it's got a higher population. At least when I was looking at the server listing, I think Doomhow was higher population than this server. I think I'm just about done farming this area. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired of farming it. Let us... I don't think we can complete these I don't think you can stack up on these materials. I don't believe. Like, let me see. I don't know if you can do the quest if you already have the item in your bank. I'm not sure. Let's see.
How may I help? Good luck, friend.
Let's find out.
Till next we meet. Good luck, friend.
Yes, you won't. Duplicate item found. Even though we don't have it on us, it's in my bank.
Hello. Till next we meet. Be careful.
I have all the regions to turn in all 3 of these quests.
Till next we meet.
Okay. Well, good to know. We can just use these buffs and then come back and just do the turn in. So let's head over to Daenerys. I'm just so bummed about not getting a weapon upgrade. We could do some fishing, but I kind of want to... damn, I'm just so bummed we can't get a weapon. I think I'm just gonna buy a bank slot. I'm gonna eat the bullet, guys. We're gonna spend the 50 gold, man.
Greetings.
How are you?
I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet. Anybody who ever watches me play this game knows that I hate not having inventory space. I mean, it'll give us another 10 slots. 50 gold is so much gold, though.
See you around.
Shit. It's all fart group.
Go with honor.
Yeah, I can't use enough money to buy weapons. This is interesting. We're going to do a ZF group, and it's going to be really interesting to see how our damage comes out in this group, because I am melee, so this ought to be interesting.
King's honor, friend. Light flesh.
Okay, I'll probably be the last person to the dungeon. We got a couple people there. We got a mage over here. So I might beat the mage to the dungeon, maybe. The cool thing about the ZF is we haven't done any of the quests, but I don't have all the quests. I don't have, like... Maybe somebody can share them. Alright. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to sell this, sell this, sell this, sell this. The only thing I think I need volatile rum for is it engineering? What uses volatile rum? There's I'm trying to remember. Wow, volatile rum uses. It's for goblin rocket fuel. That's what it is. Alright, cool. So we can sell that because I don't think we're going to need goblin rocket fuel anytime soon. What else can we sell? We don't need all these bandages. So we'll sell this. Yeah, way too many of that. We can probably sell this mage wave. We can sell the buzzard wing. So all this in the middle here we need to sell. What's this? Tenderwolf meat we can feed to my pet. Okay. Yeah, I think I might have one of the quests. I'm not sure. Let's see. We can abandon these because we can just pick these right back up. What do we got? We've got a paladin, a mage, another paladin, and a warrior. And their lowest level character is 45. Who looks like he's a healer. And our tank is 46. So this should be a pretty solid group. Knock on wood. You want to be like 45 plus for a ZF. I'm the highest person in the group. Actually, no, there's a Retribution Paladin that's 51. So our damage should be pretty good. And having like 2 Paladins, we should have lots of buffs. We just got 2 more levels to go. When we hit level 53, we'll get our first talent point. Oh no, it's actually 54, I think. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Yeah. So next level we put 1 point into Unleash Fury. The next level after that we're going to put 1 point into Monkey. And then the next level we start putting points into Frenzy. Oh wow, how did that mage get over there so fast? He must have been Hearth there. That mage must have been Hearth there, because that mage was way over here, and all of a sudden now he's on the other continent. Well, he's a mage, yeah. No, you always have clever traps. You always have clever traps, man. Like when you're a melee hunter, you gotta have clever traps. Oh, so I see what he did. So Buster his hearth was Booty Bay, so what he did was he probably hearthed to Booty Bay, and then he flew to Ratchet. And now, I'm not sure what he's doing. Now he's flying from Ratchet to Daenerys. So yeah, so he had a pretty easy access. Actually, Booty Bay is a pretty good spot. I don't like to tell groups that I'm melee because it freaks them out. He's like, I don't usually tell people I'm a melee hunter until I'm, we're in the dungeon for like, 3, 4, 5 pulls, and finally they figure out, like, wait a minute, are you melee? I wish I had more mana potions, actually. What kind of spirit we got? We do have a spirit too. We don't have any MP5 regen food, which would have been nice to have, actually. I need to go farm up some knife and get some knife fin soup. What do you mean, haha, surprise? I always hate it when I'm the last person to get to a dungeon, because I always feel like I'm holding everybody up. How did they find me? Like, how does a dwarf find me? Like I'm surprised that I was invited. You know what I mean? Like this guy, this warrior. I mean, was he like in like the bad? Like, was he in like the blasted lands and he saw me or something? It's like, how does he find me to invite? He could have done a /who on the guild. Like if you do /who elf core, and then just sorted by level, and said, "Oh, let me just invite these people." You know what I mean? That might have been what he did. Or he could have done who on by level or who by guild. I'd probably who by level. He could have said, "Let me look for people between like level, you know." I don't know if you can do a level range though. You can just do /who. Can you do by rank 52, 45 to 55? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think you can. I guess that does work. No. No, my pet wasn't even that hungry. Oh no, Tenderwolf only gives him 17 until I cook it up. I need more meat for my pet. Nah, this should last me though. What is this? Overdue package. Shit, I forgot. I didn't know I had that quest.
What's on your mind? See you soon.
Our tank is a gnome. Ooh, never trust a gnome. Gnomes, I'm not gonna lie, gnomes make me nervous. Alright, let's. I just told him I'm a melee hunter. That ought to freak him out. This group looks overly worried about certain mechanics. That makes me a little bit nervous. What other quests do we have here that I can get? I guess I can just rely on getting the quest from them, but I want to grab some drink real quick. I think this guy also might sell the food, which he does. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Scarab shells is the only one we really need.
Yo! Glad I could help,
Yeah, I guess short people make me nervous, man. Yeah, when people start worrying about stuff like, oh, the hexes, I'm like, just do your job. If someone's hex, cleanse them. That's simple. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot to vendor. Too late now. Look at all that crap I was gonna vendor. Too late now. Well, the apparent sounds like some of these guys have experience in Zetha, which is more experience than I got. I've never done that raid, so. All right, let's do.
Hail to the night.
I'm ready. Take what was that? Strength, agility, spirit. Turn pet growl off. Watch the AoE damage. Reset the damage meter. Come on, baby, let's get some AoE damage. The biggest problem here is we're gonna be drinking like constantly. I have to drink like after every pull. Watch the damage meter damage go up, baby. Oh, nope. We got too much AoE from the mage. Oh man, I'm not. Man, these. Okay, so we've got a mage who's doing insane DPS. Like, really good DPS. Yeah, this group's gonna be easy. Boop boop, bada bing, bada boom, bada bip. Yeah, look at that. I'm doing 18% of the damage, the paladin 22, and then that mage doing 34%. Insane. Oh wait, I'm doing 19%. I've almost passed the paladin. If I can finish number 2 on DPS, I'll be happy. As a melee hunter, finishing number 2 on DPS always makes me feel pretty good. It's hard to finish number 1 when there's a mage in the group. Even like when I have good gear, it's always difficult to out DPS a mage because their AoE is so strong. Oh, I almost passed the paladin. I'm right behind the paladin on DPS. Let's rock and roll. Shit, I'm gonna blow through my drink pretty quick here. Uber micro, baby. Uber micro. Come on, I'm number 2 on DPS in the group. Number 2! Let's go for number 1. Yeah, we'll never pass that mage up. Me and the paladin are neck and neck on DPS. Should we toss in our ground scorepock essay? Ooh, I know how we can easily blow away the paladin. Let's do it. Dragon Breath Chili online. Dragon Breath Chili is online, baby. How would you feel if you were a Retribution Paladin and a melee hunter out DPS'd you? I wonder if that would bother you. Come on, Dragon Breath Shield, there we go. So when that procs, we're gonna hit all those mobs. So we definitely want that.
Don't let the dark pull us under.
Come on, bring the damage. Come on, big DPS. Big DPS! So they shared one quest with me. I can't believe there's not more than that. Did somebody hit me with might? No. Freaking paladins aren't getting. Well, they're giving me salve and not might. It's like, which is fine. I mean, I can't complain about salve, but I really don't think as a melee hunter I'm gonna pull threat. But you never know. Maybe I will. Salve's fine. You can't complain about salve, like I said before. Can't really complain about that. When you have a paladin tank, you gotta roll with it, man. Salve's the best way to go. Yeah, I don't think I have hardly any of the quests. We'll see if when we get some bigger pulls. Right now I'm third on DPS. Maybe when we get to the end, and when we get to the stairs and I start doing my AoE traps, we might pull ahead of the paladin. We'll see. Should be interesting. Pet ding. The pet ding. I mean, I don't even have the troll temper quest. I like have none of these quests. I can't believe that there's no way they didn't have more quests to share. You know, like troll temper, for example. Like, it feels like I have like hardly any quests for this. We've got the shell. We do have the shells. You should go. I was gonna say you should go for a slightly bigger pull. There. No, I don't think I have any of the quests, dude. I was hoping that they were gonna share. I don't think I have shit for quests in here. All I have is I've got speak with somebody. Yeah, I have one quest for here. That's it. One. Which is stupid because I said share quest. There's no way that I'm not eligible for like, unless they guys have already all done Troll Temper. But I looked at the Troll Temper quest giver when I came into town. I thought, and I didn't see it was there. But maybe I was looking at the wrong mob. Whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. Come on, give me some Dragon Breath chili procs. Come on, chili! There we go. We need the chili. Yeah, so I have literally like one quest in here, which we probably won't even complete. Yeah, well, yeah, so... Well, I was not prepared to do ZF, obviously, so... And being the last person coming over to get into the dungeon, I wasn't going to make people wait for me to run around and pick up quests. That's just the way it goes. Minutes. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Sunken Temple would certainly be good. Especially if I want to do the Hunter quest to get Devil Sore Eye. So that's kind of an annoying, really annoying quest chain. But Devil Sore Eye is super good. Like for Melee Hunter, it's like pretty much like I think it's like a mandatory item. Like if you want to be playing Melee Hunter, you really need Devil Sore Eye because that I think it's like 2% hit rate you get when it procs, and it's like only like it's literally like a 1 minute cooldown or 2 minute cooldown. It's such a short cooldown that trinket. It's just such a good trinket. Like it's I can't even tell you how good it is for Melee Hunter. It's just like best in slot, you know. Well, there's a quest that you start in this. There's a quest in Ashara you get as a hunter. It's a hunter class quest, and the final step of the hunter class quest is to go into Sunken Temple, and it's just you get the Devil Sword Tooth trinket, and it's just so good. It's such a good trinket. Like when it procs, I think it gives you like attack power and hit rating. Devil Sword Tooth. Your pet stack speed is guaranteed. It doesn't say on here. It's the wrong item. Oh shit. I went ahead and pulled. Yeah, it's a real bummer. I thought for sure that these guys would have some of the quests, but apparently not. I kind of was starting to out level ZF, so ZF was just gonna be was starting to become a luxury, because since I don't really get, gear from dungeons, it's like the only reason we would do dungeons is just for quests, We're gonna be out of mana drink by the time this dungeon's over, probably. Ooh, man, look at that crit. I just hit him for 468 damage. That's a big crit. Somebody must have hit me with might or something. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, dungeons aren't really that important for me, other than just experience, because I can't use any of the gear. It is nice having the Paladin for Blessing of Wisdom, because just think how much worse my mana would be right now if I didn't have Blessing of Wisdom. It would be absolutely terrible. I'd be like, 30% mana after each of these pulls, probably. It's nice that he's doing that. I love it when we clear all these, because like when you're leveling in any version of World of Warcraft, any like vanilla version, especially hardcore, like to not clear all these traps is just lunacy. It's just stupidity. It's like, why would you not clear these? I mean, there's so much experience you get just from clearing all these graves. It's like, why would you not want to clear them? It always blows my mind when people don't want to clear them. It blows my mind in general when people want to skip packs and dungeons. I'm like, you're just skipping experience. I mean, we're leveling, right? The whole point is to level. Why are we skipping experience? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're straight up just skipping, and it's easy experience because you're in a group, right? Hey, what's up, Strave? Well, I mean, time? Not really. Time doesn't take priority. Unless people are you in a hurry to go somewhere else? I mean, why would time take priority? Do you need to like? I mean, if people are trying to get off the game, yeah, I guess. But I mean, the whole point is to get experience to level. So I just don't understand why you would skip groups. Ah, they resisted my trap. That's the first trap resist I've had in the dungeon. Which is pretty impressive. Well, it's because I'm so high level. Let my pet eat. Letting my pet eat a little bit here. Give him a few more seconds. Okay. 418 crit. I'm hitting hard right now. Raptor anyways hitting hard. Ah, I can't get macros set because he keeps going into combat so fast.
Sands consume you.
Now, if the staff were to drop from here and the guy doesn't want the staff, I would want the staff. Because it's a chest, right? So whatever. Of course, it didn't drop. But I would have liked to have, if the staff would have dropped from like, or something would have dropped from the chest, I would have been like, yeah, give me that, baby. Alright, let's take this assist macro. Let's put it here. Actually, you know what? Let's put it here. And let's change it to just, we don't really need this, but ZZ, Rick, Cole. Actually, let's move it back to here. Alright, cool. Now we can assist the tank whenever we want. You gonna head? Alright, I'll see you, Roger. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Roger, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice 400 crit there. Little Raptor Strike. Imagine if I actually had decent gear, how hard I'd be hitting. Like if I wasn't doing this challenge where I could only use, think about it, I'm using crafted gear only, and weapons that can only come from like loot boxes. So like if I was like actually doing, I wasn't doing those restrictions, I would easily be number 2 on I actually might be competing for number 1 on DPS if I was doing a regular leveling without any restrictions on my gearing. I could be close to number 1 on DPS this group as a melee hunter, which would be pretty cool. I don't think I would. I mean, it would be hard to beat the mage, but I definitely would be a lot higher than I am now. Ooh, 500. That Raptor Strike just hit for 500 damage. Yeah, imagine having cool gear. Exactly, Stripe. Imagine having cool gear, man.
Let the executions begin.
This is where it gets fun.
Another day gone, seems I just arrived. All so close, but low on time. Move so far, was so near. Carry the weight of leaving here. Always something on the hill. Always chasing around the bend. Always hoping time stands still. Always knowing the road. Caught in tide of wanting, bound in the line of waiting. Been too blind to realize that everything I
Damn it, they keep hitting me when I'm drinking. Bastards. I am completely out of mana. Now what's funny is you look at my DPS per second and it's really bad. It just shows you that so much of my damage comes from my traps. Well, here it's actually my melee and raptor strikes doing more than normal. Yeah, everybody always says Legion was one of the better expansions, but I never liked it. It wasn't. I didn't like the zones. To me, what makes you got to realize the way I play WoW is I enjoy leveling and I enjoy PvP. So to enjoy leveling and enjoy PvP, I like the zones. The zones I have to enjoy the zones, and I thought the zones in Legion were shit. Like the way they looked, the way they were constructed, the way they looked, I didn't like them at all. I really disliked the Legion zones. So like Wrath of the Lich King had nice zones. I thought Warlords of Draenor had better zones than Legion. I thought, what was the last expansion? The last big one? It had better zones as well. No, what was the last big expansion before? I can't even remember. I had better zones too. I thought Legion had terrible zones. I thought they were just, I hated them. I couldn't stand them. As far as PvP, like Mist of Pandaria was good for PvP, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. I thought Shadowlands is probably the expansion I hated the most. Out of all the expansions, Shadowlands, like Battle for Azeroth, the zones are really good. I really like the zones in Battle for Azeroth. So for me, what makes the expansions good is just my experience of leveling and my experience of exploring the zones. And then how good is the PvP? You know, those are the things that I kind of like. And then how good are the classes? Like, how good are the classes that I like to play? Like Paladin, Hunter, you know, Priest, Rogue. You know, how do those classes kind of, how good are they within those expansions? So Man, that was a long ass spear. I wish I could use the bad Mojo mask, but I cannot.
What's on your mind?
I didn't have any of the fucking quests in here, dude. It sucks, man. I would have had so much more experience if I would have had the quests. I'm so pissed about that. I just assumed these guys would have some of them, although I think, you know, some are chain quests, but still. I don't have aspect of the pack, so otherwise I'd toss it up right here. So. Otherwise I would have given those guys pack there, but... you can... Yeah, you can take him here. It's all about the knockup, the knockback. You can tank him here, or you can tank him in the water. So that when he knocks you in the air, you either land softly in the water, or here, he knocks you up and you hit your head on the arch here. So you just, when he knocks you up, he hits your head on the arch, so you don't take as much damage. And back up.
The Sand Fury reigns supreme. Feel the fury of the sand.
Oh, of course it drops like the druid item when there's no druid. So that was like a really easy ZF run. The only bad part is I just didn't have the quests, you know? Didn't have the quests. Actually, wait. I don't. Yeah, I got to hearth out because I can't run out. Since these guys are all leaving, I don't think I can run back out the front. Unless I leave group. Let's see, if I leave group, it should put me outside the dungeon entrance here in Daenerys, I believe. Yeah. No, it's gonna go to Stormwind City. Should save my heart though. Oh wait, he's early. I left the group though. Can I get it? Fuck, I shouldn't have left the group. I would have rather had Ironforge. Iron Forge is closer to Matthew. Oh well. You can see we got some green items. We made some money at least, I guess. But we got good experience. You know, we got some decent experience.
Help you find something?
I hate getting rid of this. I hate getting rid of this Avid Scimitar because it's one of the few items that I've actually looted that I can use, you know, if out of a chest. So
Farewell.
I hate getting rid of that.
The day is late. My path
But hey, we're almost halfway to level 52. And like I said, once you hit like 53, it's kind of like, I think it's all downhill after 53 because then you've got access to pretty much,
wouldn't stay.
you know, 3 different zones, almost 4 zones. You know, you've got Fellwood, you've got, you know, Western Plaguelands and Ungor Crater, and just those 3 zones alone are gonna get you a ton of experience.
Golden sun
Greetings.
drawing low. Forest
Hmm.
blood red light. Angry sea.
At this point, I'm wondering if I should just dump. I'm kind of thinking I almost could just dump leatherworking at this point.
Good day to you. Safe travels.
Today is no
Plaguelands Blurg. Yeah, it's dangerous, that's for sure. The Plaguelands are dangerous, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't just dump and go and switch to alchemy now. I just don't know. Well, there are some leatherworking recipes in Silithus, though. Hmm.
with me. Tunnel dark.
See you later.
Stepping through the storms. Frigid tide receding, pull away the grieving, steady me. Steady me.
Yep, we're gonna look at that. We're gonna do what somebody else in the guild did. We're gonna hit 300 first day without ever having crafted one single runecloth bandage. Someone else in the guild did that, and I was like, really? I don't think I've ever done that before. But we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take heavy mage weave all the way to 300 first day without actually crafting a single runecloth bandage, which I've never done before. Kind of funny. Just waiting for that 300 ding here. Or maybe we won't hit it. We've just crafted like 20 bandages in a row or without getting a skill up. Wow. All those crafts, and we haven't gotten that 1 point in first aid. $2.99. Let's see if the very last one gives us 300. Will it give us 300? Nope. Wow. Never would have thought that I wouldn't have got 1 skill point.
Hello.
Alright. Let's go ahead. Put this in here. Put this in here.
Every scar I tried to hide led me here, nowhere to run tonight.
We're not going to need Shadowcat hide.
There's a spark,
Or this thick wolf hide.
rising slow through all my veins. I'm breaking through, leaving
Have a good one.
shadows, walking past the nights that tried to hold me. Every part of me is finally awake.
I buy and trade.
I'm standing,
Light plus.
Yeah. Just kind of amazed I didn't hit 300. That's okay.
your words echo when the world goes silent. Even when the night feels violent, corners
help?
of fear I can't disguise. Something in me finally
Go with honor,
feels alive. There's a spark I can't.
Now we gotta go right back to where we were, which is Teneris.
It's alive, running through my soul.
I'm just so bummed that we haven't got upgraded weapons. So we ended up, if you look at the damage meter in that ZF run, we ended up 3rd in DPS, but only a couple percentage points behind the Paladin, the Retribution Paladin. So we did 20%, 20.5%, the Paladin did 22.5, and then the Mage did 25.6. But I can't help but wonder where I would have fell into this DPS meter if I didn't have the restrictions of crafted gear only and weapons from crates and treasure chests only and necklaces and jewelry, jewelry from treasure chests, because like I don't even have a ring. I'm still using a level 10 cloak, so I'm just really curious
Well met.
where I would have fallen, and I think I definitely would have been number 2 on DPS, but I wonder if I could have been number 1. I definitely would have. If I look, for example, if I would have had a nice blue main hand weapon, because I had some crits in that dungeon of like 500 damage on my Raptor Strike, with a, keep that in mind, 500 damage on my Raptor Strike with a level 35 weapon, right? I'm level 51 and I was using a level 35 weapon. Imagine if I had like a level 40 blue or something, or 45 blue. How much more, and it was slower. Imagine how much damage it would have been. It would have been like, 700 Raptor Strike crits. They would have been huge. But one can only dream. That's why we got to get to 60. Once we get to 60, we can get rid of the restrictions and get some nice power spike, man. I'm really excited once we get to 60 because then it's like we can just run some dungeons and everything we get, we'll be getting so many upgrades. I should probably even look and see if there's like levels, high level 55 plus quests that reward like good gear items, because there'll be like items that'll help me before I even start going into the high level dungeons. Actually, let's ask Chet, or let's ask Cloud. Come on, Cloud. What, since Let's see what good old Cloud can come up with. You never get good stuff from Dungeons. Oh, we know that Devilsaur, it's not Devilsaur 2, I think it's Devilsaur I. But I said Devilsaur 2, but it's not that. So we want, this is what we want, right? It's this item right here. This item is best for Melee Hunter. Like, this item is so strong for Melee Hunter. Increase your attack power 150 and your chance to hit by 2. That's what makes this so good, is a 2% hit. But the cool part about it is it lasts for 20 seconds, which is really long, and then it's only a 2-minute cooldown, so you're literally only in a 1 minute and 40-second window where this really shouldn't even be up. Like, think about that. Like, there's only a layover of 1 minute and 40 seconds. So basically, it can almost be up almost every pull. I mean, not every pull, but like every other pull. Like every other pull in a dungeon, it's going to be up. Wow, Fiery Blaze did 1.4% of my damage. It's actually better than I would have thought. Dragon Breath Chili, 2.6%. Wing Clip, 3.6%. Explosive Trap did 30% of my damage. And then Raptor Strike, 22%. And then just regular melee attacks, 37%. I don't really look at BIS lists. Like, I don't really Google and look for that stuff at all. I'm not a min-maxer really, but I just know that Devilsaur, just from experience, that Devilsaur I is insanely good on a melee hunter. In fact, I just think it's probably the best trinket. I mean, I can't even think of anything I'd rather have. At least up through 60. Once you start doing like Molten Core and some of those, raids, then you probably might find some stuff that'll replace it. But until you're doing raids, I think it's probably the best trinket a melee hunter could have. Especially if you're dual wielding, because you got the dual wield hit penalty. And I tend to pretty much dual wield, so because of the dual wield hit penalty, you need even more hit rating. So that's just too good. 2% hit, that's insane. That's like insanely strong. So you gotta have it, man. You just gotta have it. And you'll notice it too. Like when you get that trinket, you'll notice an increase in your damage like right away. Like it'll go up by like if you're doing 200 DPS per second and you get Devilsaur, you'll see it go up to like 220 DPS per second or something. I mean, it'll jump a pretty significant amount. So we didn't even finish any of the quests in there. Scarab Shells, we got 2. Tabitha's Task, obviously, we haven't even done that yet. Where's Thalinar at? I don't even know where Thalinar is. Oh, it's all the way over here. It's to Thysinia, the Hippogriff Master, way over here in the Fairless. That's interesting that it takes me all the way over there.
Everything you never do, and all you never say, never make it easier to numb out all the pain. Not like anything was wrong, it never made it right. You're the one to come on strong, so why am I all alone? Here we go again, the same old thing. Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take to look away? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break now. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from a meltdown. Now it's getting colder, driving in my car. Some things never feel the same, don't know where to start. It's not like this is new to me, I really shouldn't care. It's not like you were there for me, so why do I still want you here? Here we go again, the same old thing. Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before
What can I do for you? Be good.
Sucks that I had to go all the way back, even though I was right there at ZF, you know. But since the group all harked out, there was no way for me to safely run out of the dungeon. I'll be right back.
From a meltdown.
Asha Fela. I am listening. Goodbye.
Time is money, friend. Glad I could help. Keep it real.
What can I do for you? See you soon. Vishnu Allah. Farewell. I am listening. Ashafa.
I used to fold myself into your corners, made myself small enough to fit.
I didn't realize my microphone was muted for the past, like, God knows how long, so I apologize. I don't know when I even muted my microphone. But I was just saying, I think at this point, I've been wanting to level up Protection Paladin, and at this point, letting the other character get some rest time build up while I level the Protection Paladin is only going to help her level faster. You can actually be more efficient leveling if you're leveling 2 characters, just because one can build up rest time while you're leveling the other. So I might do a few streams over the next few days where we're playing the Protection Paladin, just to let the Hunter build up some rest time, because it's going to make that last, like, 9 levels to 60 feel a lot smoother, if she has some rest time. But anyways, I'm going to get to bed. I will catch you guys later. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of pally time. I think plus it'll be a nice break just to try something different. A lot of times when I hit 50 on a character, I kind of like to, play something else just for a little bit, just to kind of switch gears a little bit, give you a little bit of a refresher. I've played World of Warcraft since 2004 beta, so a lot of times it can get stale. So a lot of people would say, well, just power through the character. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but I actually do want to level up Paladin anyway, so leveling her up is something that I was planning on doing anyway, so you can level her a little bit. But I will catch you guys later. And yeah, take care, man. Peace out.